Hey everyone, Jeffrey from Honda Morristown here, and behind me I have the 2015 Nissan Armada Platinum. Now it is a third row SUV. It is incredibly comfy, a very smooth ride, and I am excited to highlight a couple of things that I really like about this car. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and I'll highlight some of my favorite things here. So right away, you will note it is a nice looking SUV. Again, about 10 years old. It's a 2015. I like that it's got the running boards there. It does have a nice shape to it, kind of a little on the boxier side, but I honestly kind of like it. I think it's a fun look that you don't really see anymore. You do have this nice wide back end with the towing package there, and it does have an automatic tailgate, which you can open with the key. Just press and hold, and it does open there. And then we come back into the back end, which is where one of the things that I really enjoy about this car come in. Now, as with most third row SUVs, you do have obviously the storage space with that third row, but you can fold them down. Now, one thing that I like about the Armada here is you do have button controls for the left and right hand side to lay those seats down flat. Now, it's just a little bit of personal preference, whether you prefer some of that, more, old school, just lift and push, or the more technology of, laying them flat with the buttons, all of that good stuff. You can lay it down like that, adjust that there. Personally, I like it. I think it's kind of a fun little touch. It's just one little thing there, and then you do have the push button close for there. And just to show you as they come back up too, nice and easy, you just press and hold the button and up they come. Now, personally, again, it's just a little bit of personal preference, whether you like that more old school feel or the tech. I think it's kind of a fun feature myself. There we go. And then we'll have this push button close for that tailgate. So we'll continue on around and then we'll climb up inside. And again, that is where I think this Armada really shines. Like I said, it's a very comfortable ride, and it honestly does a really good job of feeling a little luxurious without necessarily that major luxury price tag. So we'll climb up inside here. Again, I like that it's got these running boards. I'm not super tall, so it does help getting into a vehicle that is up a little bit off the ground, rides a little bit higher. I do appreciate that. You can see you have power seats here, as well as this nice leather interior, which is in very good shape there. You also have fun little embroidery there for that platinum. And you can see in that second row, we do have the captain's chairs and that third row back there. Now, personally, I think this car really shines in making it feel like you were driving a bit of a luxury vehicle. So down here, it's not a push button, but it does not necessarily need the key. Just put your foot on the brake and then you turn it like you would a physical key. It starts right up. There you can hear that seat sliding into position. So it does have some seat memory there where you can program that. Now, it does have dual zone climate control, but it also has a third zone here for the back end. Now, I really like this. So I've been in multiple third row SUVs, vans, all that good stuff where there is a third zone. Usually that control is in the back. I don't mind that, but I actually really appreciate that this is here for two main reasons. One, I think it makes it just a little bit more streamlined of, there and there, but more so because if you've got kids in the back, I don't know that I would necessarily want them to have to adjust everything on themselves when, they're, who knows what it is they're doing, if they're fussing, if they're unhappy. It's a lot easier to me, in my head anyways, of just being able to, how are you doing? Are you a little bit warm, a little cool? and then just being able to reach up, because I mean, it's really easy. It's just right at arm's reach there to just go right there and turn the little knob, make those adjustments there, and then it's set. I really like that myself. I enjoy that that third zone is here, and then you do have just, you know, little button controls for how it is blowing out. So I do appreciate that. You do have a nice kind of center console here. You've got a couple of smaller storage trays here, as well as a big one here. Cup holders, nothing super crazy about cup holders. Then you can see it does have heated seats as well as a heated steering wheel, which is great. Also has a tow mode there too. Shifters, nice and easy, nice and smooth there as well. And then you do have all of these different controls, which I'm not going to dive into. But you can see there is a lot of tech here with that Bose sound system, which is great. It does also have a backup camera, which you can see there. Now, I will admit, the screen's not super big, but not bad for considering this is 2015. Then again, we pop back over to the display, nice and easy to read. You've got your physical dials there with that small digital screen there, not too shabby. You do also have some steering wheel controls, as well as some controls here, including adjusting your pedal height, which I think is really nice. Where this car really shines to me though is again in the ride. These seats are very comfortable. They are, I think, built for giving that, again, that more luxurious feel. You're going to be comfortable on your long road trips, driving back and forth from school or wherever it is you are going. You know, I know a lot of kids, you know, when they play sports, if they're on a travel team, you might have to drive, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours to get to wherever the game is. This would not be a vehicle that would be uncomfortable to do that in, especially when you've got, you know, sound system, got CD player, all that stuff that kind of make that a little bit more, you know, inviting. On the colder days, you have the heated steering wheel as well as the heated seats. The seats themselves, again, incredibly comfortable. It rides really well. Something that you really just have to come and feel for yourself. So, pop outside here. Again, my thoughts. It is a third row SUV, and like I've said in the past, some of those things, they're really going to come down to things you like about each one specifically. This one might be a great option for you, especially if you do care more about some of the ride things as opposed to having the newest technology. It's not a bad option if you are, you know, in the market for a third row SUV, maybe you don't want to spend a ton of money. This might be a great choice for you, especially since, you know, it's comfy, it's got a lot of room, and like I said, it does have a lot of those nice features that I really appreciate, with like that third climate control right there, all those good things. You're not going to know unless you come on down and see it for yourself, but I will leave you with this. My phone cut out on me there again. I'm not sure what's been going on with that. I'm going to try and get that sorted out. So I'm just going to real quick do my last little bit here again. Located at Honda Morristown, Tennessee, 2015 Nissan Armada Platinum. Come on down, take it for a test drive, see how it fits, how it feels, see if it's a good fit for you, and I will leave you with this one more time. 2015 Nissan Armada Platinum.